Namaskaram everyone. I have in my background the most ornate, intricately carved stepwell of Bharat, Rani Ni Vav, in the Patan city of Gujarat. This stepwell was built by the queen who had the same name as I do, Queen Udayamati, who was the wife of King Bhimadeva I of the Solanki dynasty, who were the Chalukyas of the south who came here to Gujarat. So, in the background of this ancient stepwell that was built in the 11th century, I thought let us continue learning the 15th of the 18 most important shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. This shloka is the 14th from the 15th Adhyaya. As usual, first we will learn to read and write this shloka in the Gujarati script, then understand its meaning in English, and then go to practicing how to read and write its Gujarati translation. So, this is how we chant the shloka. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Dehamashritah Pranapana Samayuktah Pachamyannam Chaturvidham. Before going to the meanings, let me practice writing it. Aham Vaishvanaro Bhutva Praninam Deha Mashri. The Shri can also be written like this. Shri Taha Prana Pana Samayuktah Pachamyannam Chaturvidham. So, this is how we write the shloka in the Gujarati script. Before we go into the meaning, I would like to clarify one thing about this shloka, because I have heard this chanted as Bhojana mantra before we start to eat in multiple places, schools, ashrams, at multiple locations. But at some places I have heard this being chanted wrongly as Pachamyannam Chaturbhujam. So people don't understand it is Chaturvidham, and Chatur, they think it is okay, something related to Vishnu, so it must be Chaturbhujam. It is Chaturvidham, which means 4 kinds of foods. There's this classification of what are the different kinds of edible substances. So there is Bhakshya, Bhojya, Choshya and Lehya. So just based on their how they are consumed. So there are 4 different kinds of foods that can be consumed inside, and all kinds of edible substances, these 4 different kinds of edible substances, Pachami Annam, this food I digest. So once again, I, wherever there is I, Aham, is there Aham? So the first word Aham, by using this word Aham, Krishna is referring to himself as that principle of universal consciousness, that supreme being, the Parabrahma that he is, that it is in fact he who becomes Bhutva. Bhutva is by becoming. By becoming what? Vaishvanaraha. Vaishvanaraha is one of the forms of fire, Jatharagni. It is a kind of Agni, Vaishvanaragni. There are many kinds of Agnis. We will go into that in a separate video of its own. But this Vaishvanara Agni is the one which is present in the bodies of creatures who consume food. Praninam deham ashritah. Ashritah is by taking refuge, by seeking the place, location, by being situated, located where? In the deha, in the body of praninam, of all creatures, by taking on the form of Vaishwanara Agni. Aham Vaishwanaro bhutva praninam deham ashritah pranapana samayuktah. Samayuktah is by regulating, by controlling, by being the factor that balances out. Samayuktah, balancing what? Regulating what? Prana and apana. These inhalations and exhalations, this breath that burns up this fuel. So of course he is fire, so that fire needs to be stoked by some kind of wind, and that wind, that is regulated wind, that is stoking this fire of digestion in all creatures, is prana and apana, the inhalations and exhalations, the prana vayu and apana vayu in all creatures. By regulating that, by being that, by controlling that, pranapana samayuktah pachami annam, I digest the food. In one of the previous shlokas he said, he is the fire which digests, he is the food that is put into the fire, he is in fact the process of digestion itself. He is the one who is the final destination of that which is digested. So here he says, again, just exploring the grandeur of that which is beyond material, that spiritual self. He says it is he who in fact digests the food. What is food? Every creature is something else's food. So he is the one who controls all of that process of one life assimilating into the other. While these lives that are getting assimilated are all in the material plane, that which is causing this transmutations between one life form and the next in the process of digestion is that spiritual being that is beyond materials, beyond the materialistic nature of life, and that is what Sri Krishna is identified with and has realized. So this is what this shloka is conveying, and this is what Sri Krishna is presenting to Arjuna. Let me now read the Gujarati translation of this shloka. Huj प्राणियोना देह में प्रवेश करीने प्राण अपान इत्यादि वायु में मळीने जठराग्नि बनीने चार प्रकारना अन्ननु पाचन करूँ छूँ. I hope I did a good job of reading it in Gujarati. Let me practice writing it in the Gujarati script. Huj, it is I alone. Huj प्राणियों ना देह मा प्रवेश करीने प्राण अपान इत्यादि वायु मा मळीने जठराग्नि बनीने चार प्रकारना अन्ननु पाचन करूँ छूँ. All right. Thus, we have learnt reading and writing and understanding the 15th of the 18 most important shlokas of Bhagavad Gita. Please make sure that you click on the like button, share this video with those whom you think might benefit from this, and consider clicking on the subscribe button so that you do not miss any of our future updates. See you in the next video of this playlist. Namaskaram.